If you've spent any time looking into hiring help for your business, you've probably run into the term offshore staffing, and you've probably also run into about 5 other terms that all seem to mean something similar. Outsourcing, virtual assistant, BPO, freelancer, remote employee. They get used interchangeably online, but they're not actually the same thing. And mixing them up can lead you to the wrong kind of hire for what you actually need. I'm Lauren, and I work with small business owners at ClearDesk every day. Owners who are asking some version of the same question, what is offshore staffing, and is it something that would actually work for a business like mine? In this video, I want to answer that plainly. No jargon, just a clear explanation. Let's dive in. Why does this term get so confusing so fast? Let's start with the plain English version. Offshore staffing means hiring a dedicated person who lives and works in another country, most commonly the Philippines or India in our world, to work exclusively for your business. Not a pool of people, not a rotating team. One specific person doing one specific job working for you. That person typically works during your business hours, even though they're on the other side of the world. They join your team meetings, use your systems, and do the same kind of work an in-house hire in that role would do. The only real difference is where they're physically located and the fact that you're not the one running their payroll and benefits directly. A staffing partner usually handles that layer. That's it. It's not more complicated than that at its core. The complexity people run into is usually about execution, vetting, matching, and support, which we'll get to. But the concept itself is simple. One dedicated person working for your business from somewhere else. Now let's clear up the terms that get confused with this, because the differences actually matter. Outsourcing, in the broadest sense, usually means handing an entire function or project over to another company to manage on your behalf. You're not necessarily working with one dedicated person, you're paying a company to get a result. Offshore staffing is narrower. That's the big difference. You have one specific person working directly for you the way an employee would, even though someone else handles their employment logistics. A freelancer is usually splitting their time across several clients and projects at once. They might do great work, but they're not embedded in your business the way a dedicated offshore hire is, because your business isn't their only priority. And a BPO, a business process outsourcer, like a traditional call center, typically pools a large number of agents across many different clients. Often with less continuity, you might talk to a different person every time you call in. Offshore staffing is the opposite of that. It's one consistent person who gets to know your business, your clients, and how you specifically like things done over time. So what does this actually look like in practice? What kinds of jobs get filled this way? Generally, it's structured, repeatable work that doesn't require being physically on-site. First, scheduling and coordination, managing calendars, appointments, and logistics. Second, customer service and client communication, answering calls, emails, and messages. Third, bookkeeping and data entry, reconciling accounts, processing invoices, keeping records clean, and executive and administrative support, managing an owner's inbox, calendar, and follow-ups. Also, industry-specific platform work, things like managing a scheduling system for a home care agency or dispatch for home services. The common thread across all of those is that the work is definable and repeatable enough to train someone into it well. If the job genuinely requires someone physically present, client home visits, on-site repairs, that's obviously not a fit for offshore staffing. But a huge amount of the administrative and operational backbone of a small business fits this model very naturally. Let's talk about the concerns, because owners almost always have the same handful and they deserve honest answers. The first is quality. Will this person actually be good at the job? The honest answer is it depends entirely on how they were vetted. A poorly vetted offshore hire can absolutely underperform. A well-vetted one can outperform a local hire at the same price point. The concept isn't the risk, the vetting process is what determines the outcome. Concern number 2, communication and time zones. Most offshore staffing arrangements are set up so the person works your business hours to avoid the lag people often picture. English proficiency should be verified before placement, not discovered after. The third is security, access to sensitive systems and data. This is a legitimate concern, and it deserves a real answer. Look for background verification and a partner who treats this seriously. And the fourth is simply, will this actually save me time or create more work managing someone remotely? And that comes down to whether the role was clearly defined before the search started, which is a topic we've covered in another video. So what actually separates a good offshore staffing experience from a bad one? A few things. Consistently, real vetting before placement, not just a resume review, but tested skills and verified language proficiency and behavioral interviewing. Second, a clearly defined role going in so the person knows exactly what success looks like from day one. Third, ongoing support after placement, not just a handoff. Someone should be checking in on how the match is actually working. And lastly, a partner who's upfront about what this model is and isn't good for, instead of positioning it as a fit for absolutely everything. Once those four things are in place, offshore staffing becomes a durable part of your business. When they're missing, that's where the bad stories come from. We recruit, vet, and train one dedicated person for your specific business in home health, home services, or bookkeeping. Every candidate goes through our 6-stage talent assurance protocol, language testing, skills assessment, behavioral interviewing, and background verification, and environment auditing, which is how we maintain a 0.5% acceptance rate across everyone who applies. That's the vetting piece I mentioned earlier, built in from the start rather than left to chance. Let's bring this together. Offshore staffing at its core is simple. One dedicated person working exclusively for your business from another country, doing real ongoing work the way an employee would. It's different from outsourcing, freelancing, and a BPO in ways that actually matter for what you should expect. And whether it works well for your business comes down almost entirely to vetting, role clarity, and support, not the concept itself. If you want to talk through whether this fits your business specifically, book a call with ClearDesk, and our link is in the description. Thanks for watching. If you already know you want to explore this further, check out our video on the 3 types of VA roles to figure out exactly what to look for.